Well, let us see what is the next best thing that Blender has to offer us. With that being said and done, let me add a cube. Go to Shift A and the mesh, and then we will add a cube and we will scale it by tapping on yes to scale it and tapping Z to scale it on Z axis. So I will scale it on Z axis a little bit more so that I could show you one of the most major problems that sculpting you will be faced during sculpting is if I go to sculpting tab, and here you can see my brush is elongated, which is actually a circle. If I bring my brush over here, my brush is circle, but when I go over the elongated faces, the brush gets elongated as well. So the solution is go to object mode, select this object, tap Ctrl A. Ctrl A will bring the apply menu, and in this apply menu you have to click on all transforms. The moment you click on all transforms and go to sculpt mode and bring your brush over the elongated faces, it will be right as a circle as possible, as much circle as possible. So our next option is remesh. If I click and drag over here, nothing is going to happen because there aren't any vertices that can be displaced. But if I go to remesh, let me show you one more thing. If I go to wireframe, this is the wireframe, and if I go to remesh and voxel size is 0.1 meter, and if I click on remesh, it's going to add a voxel size. Voxel means pixel for volume, pixel is for photos, whereas for volume it is voxel. So that is the simple explanation I can give. So now if I click and drag, I can sculpt over these faces, and wherever there are extra vertices I can extrude or I can contract the faces. I am contracting this with the help of control button, and with the help of shift you can smooth it out. So this is what remesh actually does. One of the most wonderful option that remesh gives us is it allows us to combine objects. Which means if I go from sculpt mode to object mode and shift D to duplicate, keep this box over here, shift D, duplicate, keep this box over here, and now if I want to join all of these, what I will do is I will select this box, shift click on this box, shift click on this box, and Ctrl J to join all the boxes. Now even if they feel like they are one, they are not. So if I click on tab, it's like religion. Even if we feel that we are one, we won't be one until and unless there is religion. So if I try to change this vertex position, you can see that there is face inside this whole object. If I tap G, you can see that there is face. Now if I select this object, go from object mode to sculpt mode, and in the remesh, if I click on remesh, it's going to completely combine all the elements which are close to each other and create a single unified object. And if you click and drag, you can sculpt the object. This is very useful for sculpting rocks, very useful. Now the voxel size is 0.1. If I click over here and if I type 0.05, and now if I click on remesh, it's going to apply a mesh volume of 0.05 value. But if I come over here and increase the value 0.5 voxel size, and now if I remesh it, it's going to apply a bigger volume size and remesh the entire object. Adaptivity, let me show you what adaptivity is. Adaptivity is one of the most wonderful things. Let me show you from here. Remesh And if I increase the adaptivity to like 0.1 and remesh the object, let me remesh this to 0.1 and adaptivity is 0.1. If I click on remesh, it's going to keep more vertices, more detail on detailed part of the object, where Blender will think for a moment and say that there is not a lot of difference over here, so this part requires less polygons, whereas this part is a little bit complex, so this part requires lots of polygons. And this will be useful at the end of the entire session of sculpting, where this is ready to go for production and you don't need to change it any further. That time adaptivity is useful. So if it is 0, it is going to fix the poles. If I remesh it once more, now fix poles, what actually fix poles does is, if I go from sculpt mode to object mode and shift A, mesh, UV sphere, G, and bring it over here. Here you can see that there is a vertex over here, and this vertex is called a pole because lot of edges are coming over here and converging in this vertex. To remove that, what we can do is to remesh such things. What Blender does is, when I select this sphere and go to remesh, and if I remesh this object, it's going to remove the poles, and it is doing this because we have ticked by default the fixed poles. If I tick this off and then if I remesh it, it's not going to fix the poles, it's going to apply its own way of remeshing it. So that's fixed poles. Smooth normals, what I can show you is, now if I switch off this wireframe overlay, now you can see that this object is looking faceted. To remove this faceted look, what we generally do is we select the object in the object mode and right click and shade smooth. Now there is also an option in the sculpt mode in the remesh, smooth normals. If I click this option and remesh the object, it is going to apply the shade smooth and show the smoothest possible option of the sphere. So this is what smooth normal does. Preserve volume. If I now remesh it, it's going to preserve the volume. If I take this off, it's going to get crumpled and reduce its own volume when we remesh it. Preserve paint mask. What it actually does is, if I click and drag over here, you will get a lot of brushes, and here we are going to see what mask does. With the help of mask, you can paint over here, or with the help of this option, you need to click and hold there so that you could get these extra options. So there is this box mask, there is this lasso mask, there is this line mask. I will take lasso mask and click and drag over here to create a mask like this. Now if we go to remesh, and without paint mask we are going to remesh this, it's going to remove the mask. But Ctrl Z, let me Ctrl Z it, remesh, and if I say preserve paint mask, and now if I click remesh, it's remeshing, but it is maintaining the paint mask which I have painted. In the same manner, we also have, let me remove this mask by tapping Alt M. The next option is face sets. Let me go to remesh and show you what is the next option. There is face sets. Let me tick this off, and before ticking this on, let me create a face set. You can draw a face set with the help of this brush, or you can create box face set or lasso face sets. I will take lasso face sets and click and drag over here, so you will get a face set. This is called a face set. And what are face set, I have clearly made a video on it. You can go on my channel, and there you will find face sets video with the title face set, and there you can learn what this concept is all about. And if you are liking this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said and done, if you want to support me, you can support me through Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm. The phone number is 8600647757, which is also given in the description. And if you want to support me wholeheartedly, you can do that with the help of Patreon page. I have created a Patreon page of Blender Veda where you can go on and support me financially. The links will be given in the description. With that being said, and let us go back to what we were doing. We were seeing what face sets does. So if we pick this and then if we remesh, it is maintaining the face set. But if we check off this face set and then click remesh, it is going to remove the. So these are the options to preserve the volume, to preserve the mask, and to preserve the face sets. These are the options. So that's it for this, guys. I hope you are liking this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and leave a wonderful comment. And if you want to support me, you can support me through Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm. 8600647757 is the number. And if you want to support me wholeheartedly, you can go on Patreon's page. One more small request to you is that what you need to do is go to the YouTube channel and search for Blender Veda and Blender Veda I, and here you click on any video, it doesn't matter. And after clicking on the video, you need to go to the description, and in the description you will get a link named Patreon. You click on the link and it will open a web page, and here you can support me by giving $1 per month or 3 or 9, or if you think that I am very valuable for you, you can also give $20 per month. It helps me a lot. So with that being said and done, try to see it, learn it, understand it. I will see you in the next video.
Veda.